All right, I want to give a talk about Foundup Week and the global structure that we are building. Now, I did my graduate work actually on the Olympics, and the Olympics has one of the most powerful structures through IOC and basically committee system that they've set up. Now, what I'm doing, or what we're looking to do with Foundups, is something very similar, but kind of a for-profit version, where in each country we're setting up a subsidiary for Foundup Corp. And that subsidiary is responsible for basically running the territory. So Africa would be a territory, India would be a territory, China would be a territory, Malaysia, and so on. All these will be territories. And ultimately the way it works is this, is that these committees actually basically are responsible for 80% of the revenue. Now, the goal for Foundups, and especially Foundups Week, because each Foundup Week event, the first year we project is going to generate about $263,000 for startups. And ultimately what we're looking to do is to keep that money in those territories, okay? And that money basically will go towards funding open incubators, they'll go towards funding Foundup Labs, which are the educational programs for students and kids. And ultimately, what happens is the Foundup Week event, the Fringe Festival, ultimately ends up as basically an engine that's driving people, driving ideas, driving funds to create a sustainable, okay, startup framework for communities around the world. Such a framework does not exist, all right? And not only that, what's important is that for each country that we introduce the idea of a Foundup is fun, a Foundup is easy, a Foundup is doable. You could do multiple Foundups at a time. That's the beautiful thing with a Foundup. A startup, on the other hand, is deadly. You're most likely gonna fail, all right? Only 0.2% of startups that use the traditional method, which is the business plan submission method to angel and other VC groups in the US, succeed. 0.2%. It's ridiculous, all right? Now, no one talks about that. So Foundup Week is very important, and Foundups.com is just now announced, it's just released, we just sent out our first press release, and we're looking for partners. You can be a partner of Foundups.com, right? You can be a partner to help establish a subsidiary in your territory. And as a result, your committee basically will have access to 80% of all revenues that we raise. Every time a startup basically becomes a Foundup, guess what? You share in those revenues and those equity, everything else. So the vision that we're looking to establish for a global entrepreneur community is massive. We want to be like an open Google. Google is a closed startup community. All they do is startups. If you look at Google and everything they produce, they're pretty much a closed startup community. Now imagine an open version. Imagine basically a corporation, Foundup Corp, that makes it possible by providing an easy to use framework and system, and provides the education through the Foundup Labs, and provides the event through Foundups Week, and provides the co-working spaces called open incubators for Foundups. You got to think of the big picture. So Foundups is providing that big picture. So if you would be interested in being a partner of Foundups Corp, I'm inviting you. As part of the Global Entrepreneur Week, we've announced basically the start of Foundups Corp. We are starting to now secure our international partners and our, what I call, in a way, open, our Olympic committees or our Foundup committees. There are subsidiaries around the world. You could be part of a subsidiary for Foundups Corp. You could be part of helping to establish the idea and the vision of Foundups in your territory, in your region. It's time for us to make a difference, and it's time for us to provide actually a framework that will help entrepreneurs around the world. My name is Michael Trout. I am the visionary, the guy who came up with the idea of the Foundup. I'm the guy who's looking to flatten global education and provide also a framework for education. My skill set is coming up with what I call systems of framework of operation. I'm the guy who thinks outside the box, and I'm inviting you to work with me to help change the world. Right here, I'm in DC. Here's the Cato Institute right across the street. I'm going to be basically lobbying about trying to change the SEC limitations on crowdfunding and other things that need to be changed. But I need your help. I need your help to help bring the idea of Foundups to your region, to your city, and to make this world a better place by introducing folks a great way to do startups.